Hi, everyone, and welcome to today's webinar. We are discussing 7 tax strategies to reduce debt and create wealth. My name is May Doldalau, creator of YesFinanciallyFree.com, and it's a pleasure to have you on today. I realize that it is almost a new year, so you're in the right place at the right time. Are you ready to be wealthy? Welcome to today's presentation, and I want you to put away your cell phone unless you're using it for notes, and turn off your Facebook if you're watching this on a computer. Make sure that you find a quiet space where you can take notes. Get your notebook and pen or other device. Expect to learn 7 tax strategies that will create wealth for you and your family. Are you ready? I'm excited. So who am I? My name is May Doldalau, and in the picture, that's me on the left, and my son Jordan, who is now 3 years old, is in the middle, and my husband Jamel. And we are at Waikiki Beach. We live in Honolulu, Hawaii. I personally love to talk to friends about personal growth, writing, reading, eating healthy, working out, especially surfing. That's why I'm wearing surf clothes right there. I did an Ironman in 2011 in Louisville, Kentucky. And if you don't know what an Ironman is, it's a 2.3 mile swim, 112 mile bike ride, and a marathon run of 26.2 miles. And after my Ironman, I got online, I used eHarmony, and I found my husband Jamel in LA, and then he moved over to Hawaii in 2012, and we got married, and we had our son in 2013. But really, I want to tell you about who I was before. In 2009, my life was very different. I started overspending, which led to credit card debt. And then I had so much debt, it was like stressing me out. So I worked at a bank at the time, and my boss suggested I do loan consolidation. So I did that. I consolidated my credit cards into a loan at a lower interest rate. So I got that loan, paid off my credit cards. Then I felt better. Okay, so I was like, oh, at least I'm not paying, 16%, and I'm only paying 4 or 5%. So then I started spending on my credit cards again. So then I had not only credit card debt, I had loan debt. So I had double debt now. So I got fed up. I took all my credit cards, I took them out of my wallet, and I stopped using them. I don't know if you've ever been in that situation, but I was sick of getting myself in debt and then just getting more in debt, and I was like, I have to stop this. I was single, and I was worried that I would never get married and I would never have kids because I was so bad with money, was one reason, okay? And I was alone, I was in debt. It wasn't a good space to be in. So then I decided to make a change. Okay? I started to learn how to reduce debt. Obviously, paying off debt is a way to reduce debt, but I also learned how to create wealth at the same time as I was reducing debt. And now, in 2016, of April of this year, actually, I had zero debt, nothing. And all of us in my family have passive income, including our 3-year-old son, Jordan. I quit my job at my bank, and my last day was Friday, the 23rd of December, 2016. So now I am a full-time mom and entrepreneur, which is actually my dream. That is my dream, and I'm living it. So it just started on Friday, and I'm still comprehending it. It's an amazing thing. So who am I creating? In this picture, I'm in Waikiki. That's the Waikiki Strip down there. I now live my dream life where I am able to choose. You see, I choose to live in Hawaii, and I choose to love my husband, Jamel. I choose to play with my son, Jordan, and I choose to work online and teach others how to become financially free part-time from home like I did. So what I did working a full-time job, being a new mom, and being a new wife, right? Spending time with the husband, the son. I did it all part-time. You can do this too. So now we're going to talk about you. Why are you here? If you choose to live your life the way you want, where would you choose to live? I choose Hawaii. Where would you live? Who would you choose to spend your time with? Maybe you have a husband or a wife that you really love and you don't spend enough time with them. Maybe you have a son or a daughter, parents. Who would you choose to spend time with? And what would you do with your time? What would you choose to do with your life? So the 7 tax strategies that I'm going to share with you in this presentation, I just want to give you an overview of what we're going to be talking about. We're going to talk about 7 tax strategies. These are real tax strategies that I use every day, and easy action steps to create wealth in 2017. Lucky for you watching this live, or if you're watching the replay and it's still 2016, lucky for you, you can do what's in this presentation now to create wealth in 2017. And at the end of this presentation, there is a free gift to you. So watch to the end, take notes. The replay will be emailed to you as well. Tax strategy number 1, started a business we love. Okay, my goal was to do what I'm good at online and make money while I sleep. So my year 1 costs of the year I started my business, the costs were about $1,300. And that included coaching courses, limited liability corporation paperwork, registering with the IRS, registering with the DCCA, that's a local Department of Commercial and Consumer Affairs. I registered with the local tax office for a G tax number. I didn't have a lot of overhead. I just had to use the internet and a computer. So my costs were about $1,300, but my tax refund the following year was $3,000. Now, tax strategies 2 and 7 are going to explain what happened there. Second tax strategy was I hired a business coach. The first member of your business team and my business team ideally is a business coach, okay? It can be a coach or a support team. I actually hired a business coach, and they helped me do all those things, like form my LLC and get my EIN number and open a business bank account. I didn't actually know how to do that myself. And this business coach, he guided me and told me what to do and showed me what is the proper way to start a business. He showed me how to start a blog, get advertisers, and also be consistent. He was actually a coach for creating an internet marketing business. So whatever business you do, you want a coach that is doing the business you want to do. He taught me how to learn how to measure traffic, what an Alexa ranking was, how to check mine, how to do drop shipping. He gave me drop shipping courses to take. I had Facebook marketing, traffic strategies, landing page construction, email marketing. He taught me these things. So this is what my business coach did. Whatever your business, when you start a business, the second tax strategy I recommend is to hire a business coach. Tax strategy number 3 is to keep your receipts. Keep all receipts, everything you spend your money on. I separated them into envelopes with categories. You want to keep what you spend money eating out, if it's a business meeting or not, if you go traveling, if you buy supplies, if you pay for parking, gas, your car registration, how much you pay to register your business, your accountant's fee. Keeps receipts for everything. That's me holding my receipts. I'm very good at this. Next thing, tax strategy number 4. You have to categorize your business expenses. So this is the key to creating that refund I got the first year. And I didn't understand this when I started my business, okay? When I started my business, I wanted to make money online. That was my main goal. I didn't really know that there were any tax implications. I found out by doing it. I just did what my business coach told me to do. And then the reason I got that refund back is because I could write off my current expenses that before I couldn't write off. And that's part of my home, my rent, my utilities, my internet, my phone. Because I did my business from home, I could now use those as write-offs on my taxes. And I could not do that before I had a business. You can also write off, in US tax law, we can write off 50% of our business meals and entertainment. You can write off travel expenses if you buy supplies. There's a lot of things that you can actually deduct from your income, your taxable income, and that's how you actually end up paying less in taxes if you own a home-based business. Tax strategy number 5 is hire an accountant. The accountant will help you do all this stuff. Okay, so if you're watching this and you're like, oh my goodness, I have to categorize my expenses and all of these things, an accountant will help you understand what expenses they need to put into your tax return so that you can maximize your tax refund. They're professionals. They'll keep it accurate. They'll keep it legal. When I started my business, I hired an accountant. And my business, Limited Liability Corporation, or LLC, had tax strategies that required a professional. And I wanted a professional to handle it. Now that I had a limited liability corporation, I was like, I want someone who's skilled to handle my taxes. So the second member of your business team needs to be a professional and skilled accountant. Tax strategy number 6 is adjust your tax withholdings. Withholding your taxes and getting a refund every year is giving the IRS an interest-free loan. This is one of the first lessons I learned from one of my first financially free mentors. He became financially free at the age of 35, and he told me this advice. Now, why would you give the IRS an interest-free loan? So his advice, and there's 2 kinds of advice, okay? Adjust your withholdings so that you come out with no refund. That means you get paid more throughout the whole year because you're withholding less money for the IRS. And since you're being paid more throughout the year, you automatically have more cash in hand to pay off debt, and you can invest it in yourself. That's the first advice he gave me. The second one he said is adjust it so that you owe money to the IRS. Keep it in a tax account and earn money on the interest. Okay, so there is no reason to pay the IRS in advance. Most people pay the IRS in advance because they are giving away control of their money, and they're afraid they won't have the money set aside to pay the IRS when it's due, so they put aside more. Now, if you really want to become wealthy, you need to take control of your money. You can, instead of paying the IRS, put it in a tax savings account, maybe even put it in a 1-year-long CD, or whatever you do, make sure it's ready to be used when tax season comes along. But during the whole year, that money, you can keep it for you. You don't have to pay the IRS early. So this is a common advice I get from very wealthy people. Last and very important, so definitely not least, tax strategy number 7. And this was taught to me by my millionaire friend. He told me to make decisions according to income and not tax savings. This might seem logical to you looking at it, but I bet you don't do this, because most people I meet, including myself 2 months ago, okay, I did not do this. So have you ever heard people give the advice, max out your 401k, IRA contributions, and lower your tax bill? Why would you want to lock up your money until you are 65 just to avoid taxes this year and pay them later? All right? People make it sound very logical, but really it's not very logical. And also there are a lot of fees involved when you put money in a 401k or an IRA, because someone has to administer your 401k. They have to make sure you're following the tax rules of your 401k. So they have to file paperwork to the IRS and tell them when you need to get your minimum distributions and other things. Plus, someone has to manage that 401k account, and they charge fees. So the only thing you're guaranteed with a 401k, maybe an IRA as well, is that you'll pay someone fees. Whether it will actually give you a good return on the market is a real serious question. I actually was contributing to a 401k for 8 years, and I did it because my company had a match, okay? So I did that. And if your company has a match, I would suggest you do contribute to your 401k because that's money that the company is giving you only if you put money in 401k. However, my 401k performance, I checked it. Like I analyzed it myself. I didn't just look at the statements. I took the money I put in and I calculated how much it was improving year to year. And the results were crazy. It was like a roller coaster. The first year it improved like 33%. The second year it dropped 50%, okay? The third year it went up 8%. The fourth year it like went down another 20. And it was like up and down and up. It was crazy. I calculated it myself. I just took the numbers. I'm like, this is how much I put in this year. This is how much it was worth at the end of the year. What was my percentage growth? And I could tell. And it was crazy. That's what the market is like right now if you don't know already. So putting money in a 401k or an IRA that has to be invested in like a general index fund or something like that is really almost to me like gambling your money away. And why would you lock that up to, I mean, it's just, to me, make a profit, to make income. Do not invest only to save on taxes. Here's another example. Ever hear people say buy a house, the mortgage interest is tax deductible? Well, let me give you an example. I used to work at a bank. I know all about mortgages. This example below is of a $165,000 30-year mortgage at 4.5%. So if you did this mortgage by the last year of your mortgage payments, if you paid for 30 years, that would be in December of 2046, you would have paid $135,971.07 in interest to the bank. On a $165,000 30-year mortgage at 4.5%, you would have been paying almost the same amount in interest to the bank. How is that helpful to your wealth? Now you could say, oh yeah, that interest is tax deductible. Why would you pay interest to the bank in the first place? I mean, that is not helpful to your wealth. Unless you're buying a rental property and someone else is paying your mortgage, I do not see the benefit of paying that much interest to the bank for your wealth. And this is another argument I hear all the time. And people actually do buy houses and they say, oh, the mortgage interest is tax deductible. It's the most ridiculous thing I've ever seen, and it happens all around me all the time. Tax strategy number 7 will probably change your life forever if you meditate it, if you have a Zen moment on it, and you figure out like, what do I do in my life where I'm only doing it for tax savings and not for income? You probably will become wealthy just with this one strategy right here. So this is a summary of the 7 tax strategies. Number 1, well, it's a little out of order, but basically get a business coach and then start a business. Number 2. Number 3, keep your receipts. Number 4, categorize your expenses. Number 5, hire a great accountant. Number 6, adjust your tax withholdings. And finally, make decisions according to income, not tax savings. Back to our story. I have been using these strategies for the last 6 years, and they have consistently made me thousands every year, thousands of dollars. I taught these and other strategies to my husband when we got married in 2012. And today we are completely debt-free and we have passive income from multiple sources. I have left my bank job. My last day, like I told you, was December 23rd, 2016. Woohoo! Excited. And I am working for our home-based business, spending more time working out, surfing, swimming, being a mommy, which is my dream as well. I love being a mom. Helping my mom market her books, she's a writer, travel on longer vacations, and enjoying my time freedom. Now it's your turn to do what we do and create wealth on a daily basis. So, how do you start your first business? If you already have a business that you love, then all you have to do is just do the tax strategies I have, maximize your profits, and you're good to go. And I'm going to tell you a story. I don't know if you watched the movie The Accountant. It came out this year in the fall of this year. And in that movie, there's this really badass accountant. You know, he does the accounting for all these criminal mafia organization kind of people. And there's a scene in the movie that's really good where he's talking to this couple, this older couple. They own a farm, and they're worried because they can't pay their taxes this year and they're going to have to take out a loan. So he looks at the wife and he says to her, "Did you make that necklace?" And she's like, "Yes." And he's like, "Have you ever sold any of those?" It was actually kind of funny because she's like, "Oh, do you like my necklace?" And he's like, "No." "Have you ever sold any of them?" And she's like, "I did sell some to people at my church." So he's like, "Okay, so you have a home-based business." She's like, "I do?" He's like, "Yeah, how much do you pay for materials? How do you get the materials? Do you drive?" She's like, "I drive my truck." "Ah, so you have a company car." Now, it was a little exaggerated example, but basically it's the truth. People oftentimes have a hobby or something they do on the side, and they might even sell it, like necklaces, or maybe they're a baker and they bake cakes, and they have something that they love to do, and people will pay them for what they have, and they do not deduct it on their taxes, even though it is illegal home-based business. So what I'm saying with that story, and if you want to see it yourself, go ahead and watch the movie The Accountant. It's very entertaining. It's kind of violent, just forewarning, but it's a good movie. If you don't have a business, then I recommend you start one. And you might already have one going on that you don't recognize as a business. Like I said, you might have a hobby that you even sell things with, and it is a business that you haven't realized you have a business. So figure out what you love to do and create a business around that. Some examples: jewelry making, that's from The Accountant; cake baking, I have a friend who's a caterer; web design; blog author, that's me; coaching, a lot of personal trainers. There's a lot of opportunities to have your own side businesses. I just saw a book at the bookstore of this guy who was helping people do spreadsheets because they couldn't figure out how to do Excel spreadsheets. So he had courses on that as a side business. Whatever it is that you love, you should start a business around it. Now, if you want to start an online business like I did back in 2008, then the one I would recommend is the Total Shortcut system. The Total Shortcut system, you would have myself as your team leader, and you get a whole team of successful entrepreneurs and business leaders to be your coach. Honestly, I think that's one of the only reasons I use the Total Shortcut system, because it's a network of these entrepreneurs. They actually are making money online. Some of them are hugely successful, and they come together. In fact, I'm going to Atlanta, Georgia in about 2 weeks to mastermind, brainstorm, and learn from these very successful entrepreneurs and share what I'm doing as well. And just for that alone, I think I love this system. So if you're interested in joining this system, the Total Shortcut system, which has a lot of other benefits to it, it also has pre-made marketing funnels. It's a blogging system, so you get to blog about what you love, and they teach you how to do that and get paid doing it. So to me, I love it because I'm a blogger. So that's why I love this system. If that sounds good to you, if you have something you would like to share online, you want people to help you, and you would like to teach something online, then I highly suggest you watch the free presentation. It's about an hour long. And you can start the trial for $7, money back guarantee for 2 weeks. So it's really very risk-free. I highly recommend this system. I use it myself, so I wouldn't recommend it if I didn't use it myself. This is, in my opinion, the best education on how to make money on the internet, hands down. And once you get started, I will actually receive your information, your email, your telephone number, and then I will actually call and email you to, sorry about the typo there, to set up our first coaching call. So you can either go to candoitblog.com, that's the URL where you can enter your email and watch the free video, or you can click on the link. If you're watching this replay, there's probably a button underneath that you can click where you can actually watch, where you can actually go right into the presentation of the Total Shortcut system. And that's what you can do for that. How can you make yourself wealthy? Maybe you're watching this presentation and you just want to pay off all your debts and become wealthy and financially free too. And maybe my story really hit you and you're wondering, can I do what May did for her family? Can I do that? And I'm going to say right now, yes, you definitely can. I'm just a normal person, all right? You can do it yourself. And you can do it the free way if you want. And this is my free gift to you that I promised at the beginning of the presentation. I have a free blog post that you can go to get the 11 wealth strategies I use to become completely debt-free. All you have to do is go to workwithmay.com/11 wealth strategies. So just plug that link in. That is a free blog post. It has 11 wealth strategies that I use to become completely debt-free and how to create passive income at the same time. It's right there in that blog. So if you just go to workwithmay.com, 11 wealth strategies, that's your free gift, my free gift to you. And of course, you can always visit my blog, yesfinanciallyfree.com, and subscribe to my email list. So this is how you can make yourself wealthy. If you want a do-it-yourself method, this is what I did. Okay, so I'm just sharing you what I did. These 11 lists, I used it, and my results, as you can see, are very clear. Now, I want the support. I'm ready for freedom. Maybe you're someone who wants support to become financially free, and you want me to coach you on how to do it. Then there are options, all right? And these are only for people who want me to coach them. And this is not everyone, but if it's you, this is what's available. I just started a beta meaning first time ever, okay? Financial freedom class. I have it going on right now. I actually have 3 beta students. The cost of the class is $997. Now, what it is a group 40-minute webinar class, which is recorded and accessible for replay. We meet once a week, and we do it for a whole year. If you join the beta class right now, we are in the 2nd month. So it will be going on for another 11 months. So and you get all the recordings, so you can catch up. It's really good. You would get hands-on help from me on that weekly webinar class. I give out practical, easy to follow homework that will really reduce your debt and create passive income. And there is a 1-month risk-free money-back guarantee. Okay, so if you join my class, you don't like it in the first month, you can ask for your money back and I'll give it to you. And my beta students have all been in the class over a month and none of them have asked for a refund. Maybe you're like, I want the support, I'm ready for freedom, but I cannot pay you $997 right now. I do have payment plans available. So you can pay monthly. The monthly cost would be $124.75 for the total cost of the class being $1,497. And you can also pay every 3 months or every quarter, and the cost would be $324.25 per quarter for a total cost of $1,297. If you want to join this beta class, you send me your name, your best email, and your contact info, like a phone number or a Skype line ID, and let me know that you want to sign up for the beta class through the contact form at yesfinanciallyfree.com/contact. Okay, so you just have to contact me, and then I'll get you in the beta class if you qualify. I have to ask you some questions to make sure that the beta class is right for you. Maybe you're like, no, I want the best support, May. I want to be free, really be free. I do have option 2, which is beta one-on-one coaching. Okay, and I don't know how many students I would take for that, probably just 1 month because I actually really do enjoy my time freedom. So I actually don't want too many one-on-one coaching students. But if you did become my student, I would pamper you completely and it would be a totally amazing experience. So what would happen? It would be a 1-year program starting when you started. Private weekly 40-minute sessions recorded for you to play back anytime. For you, it's private, it's for you. You get personalized homework designed for your unique circumstances. Payment plans are available, but it's case by case. You'd have to talk to me. We'd have to talk about it. So that is also, you would also sign up through yesfinanciallyfree.com/contact. And then you would just tell me, I'm interested in your beta one-on-one coaching and how can I start that? And then we can start discussing it. So this is the conclusion of the webinar. Congratulations, you made it this far. And I'm going to tell you right now, you can be financially free. The power is within you. You are on this presentation for a reason, and you got that key to the next door you need to open to your journey. You got it on this webinar. There was a free option where you could go to the Wealth Strategies blog post. There was also the paid options if you really want me to support you. You don't have to do that, but some people do want support. I recommend you get some kind of support. Business coach and accountant, right? So the 7 tax strategies presented here will reduce debt and create wealth. They work for me and they will work for you if you act on them, all right? If you act on them. Please contact me at yesfinanciallyfree.com if you have further questions, feedback, or want to give me a positive testimonial. So I want to thank you guys all for joining me here today. It's been a pleasure, and let me know what you think in the comments, and the replay will be emailed to everyone. Aloha. Bye, guys.